To define what I've learned in only a few short sentences would be an oversimplification of how I've grown over these past 4 years. Granted, I have learned how to find the derivative of a function. I've learned how to correctly draw a supply and demand graph and learn all about opportunity costs. I learned that a cation is a positively charged ion thanks to Mr. Gainley. I've learned all of the amendments and forgotten all of them except for about 3 of them. I've learned that the when in doubt guess C strategy works about a fourth of the time on multiple choice tests. I've learned a few things from this class as well. For example, if I sit at the perfect angle behind Jack, Ottoman will forget I'm there and she won't call on me for certain things. I also learned that verklempt is by far one of the funniest words that's ever come out of her mouth. I've also learned that if you ditch school on senior ditch day, she'll dock you 50 points. But none of that stuff really matters. On one of the first days of high school, one of the counselors told us that we develop as a person about as much as a newborn develops into a 4-year-old. At the time I didn't believe her, but looking back I can see that it's true. For example, I've learned how to drive, how to get gas, and now I take 2.5-hour road trips once a month to see my mom. The most important thing that I've learned, from the help of my jobs, teachers, parents, and peers, I've become the type of person that I want to be, and I have learned valuable lessons to carry with me the rest of my life. Going into high school, I valued all of the wrong things: popularity, looks, and I based my opinion on myself on what others thought of me. I have undergone some humbling experiences that have shaped me into the type of person that I am. I've been humbled in school. I learned that I am not the best standardized test taker, but I've also learned that I am by far one of my worst critics, and that one test score does not determine how my life's going to play out. It does not determine how my relationships with others will go. It does not determine my intelligence. Hard work and motivation is far more important than any 2-digit number to define my intelligence. I've learned what it's like to lose the ability to walk. I've experienced the difficulty of relearning how to walk, to run, and face the heartbreaking acceptance that I'll never be as fast or as strong as I once could have been before I tore my ACL. I've been humbled through sports. I've learned just recently, 3 days ago to be exact, after failing to achieve a 4-year goal of pole vaulting at state, that the failure of not reaching my goal doesn't define me as an athlete. That returning after an injury and finishing what I started proves me to be a stronger athlete than not making a qualifying state height. I've learned that life is unpredictable these past 4 years. I've learned that bad things happen to good people, but that's just life, and that without the bad, there'd be no way to appreciate the great. So here I am, 4 years later, transformed from a newborn to a 4-year-old. I'm not the smartest person. I'm not the best athlete either, and that's okay. I've learned that I'm perfectly content with just being me, and that I don't need to be the best at everything as long as I'm being myself. I've learned that life is about as unpredictable as the weather in Colorado. It throws you curveballs when you least expect it, and it humbles you in the most incredible ways, shaping you further into the type of person that you were always meant to be.